Hello everyone! The next day of competition has come to an end. Today was a particularly eventful day as we saw some of the best gymnasts, how they performed and in what form they are now. And of course, I will tell you about all the results of the penultimate day of the competition in this video. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. The button at the bottom should be gray. And let's get started. On Saturday, the gymnasts competed for medals of certain types at the international tournament among juniors and seniors. The final with a rope was won by Melania Tur, followed by the gymnast of Belarus Varvara Glasko, and the bronze was won by Karina Sidorak. Snezhana Oshipko took 4th place in the rope final, only 500 short of the 3rd place. The 5th place was taken by Dina Agisheva, at the 6th place was Elizaveta Zorkina, and the 7th place in the final with a rope was taken by Melania representing Armenia. She was more than 5 points behind the 1st place. Melania Tur won the final with the ball again. She overtook her rival by only 500s, so the second became the gymnast from Belarus Dina Agisheva. Alina Gornasko won the bronze medal. The 4th place was taken by Varvara Glasko. Polina Karika is in 5th place. Elizaveta Zorkina is in 6th. Milana Giverkyan is in 7th place. Here the gap between 1st and last places was more than 7 points. The final with claps was won by the gymnast from Belarus Dina Agisheva. She scored 22 points and 4/10. Behind her is Melania Tur with a score below. Bronze was won by Alina Gornasko. The 4th place in the final with claps was taken by Varvara Glasko and Karina Sidorak. Elizaveta Zorkina is in 6th place. And the Armenian gymnast Milana Giverkyan closed the list of finalists. The final with the ribbon was won again by the Belarusian gymnast Dina Agisheva. Karina Sidorak took the 2nd place and Melania Tur took the 3rd place. The 4th place was taken by Varvara Glasko. 5th was Alina Gornasko from Ukraine. Elizaveta Zorkina is in 6th place. And Milana Giverkyan finished 7th. The gap in the ribbon between the 1st and last places was 9 points. There were also awarded medals for individual apparatus for seniors. Here in the finals with a hoop, the gold medal was won by the gymnast from Belarus Arina Krasnarudskaya, silver by Nicole Krasyuk, and bronze by Anna Kamenchikova. All the gymnasts on the pedestal in the hoop had a score of 20 points, but the gymnast who took 4th place, Alexandra Yeremchuk, scored 19 and 15 hundredths. The 5th place was taken by the gymnast of Belarus, Daria Tkachova. Polish gymnast Olivia Skutska took 6th place, and Ukrainian gymnast Lalita Yachenko took 7th place. Here the gap from the 1st place was 6 points. The final with the ball was won by the Ukrainian gymnast Nicole Krasyuk. The 2nd place was taken by Anna Kamenchikova and bronze by Irina Krasnarudskaya. Both gymnasts represent Republic of Belarus. The 4th place was taken by Alexandra Yeremchuk, followed by Elizaveta Lopatina. In 6th place was Daria Tkachova, and Olivia Skutska closed the final. In clubs, Nicole Krasyuk won the gold medal with a score of 24 points and 4/10. Silver for Irina Krasnarudskaya and bronze for Anna Kamenchikova. The 4th place was taken by Daria Tkachova, followed by Elizaveta Lopatina and Ekaterina Demidenko. Finals were closed again by Olivia Skutska. Here the gap from the 1st place was more than 8 points. True, Olivia is 5 points ahead of the 6th place. The final with the ribbon was once again won by Nicole Krasyuk. Anna Kamenchikova won silver and Daria Tkachova won bronze. The 4th place in the final with the ribbon was taken by Alexandra Yeremchuk, followed by Irina Krasnarudskaya. In 6th place was Elizaveta Lopatina and Olivia Skutska. Of my favorites among the seniors who took part in the international tournament, this is definitely Nicole Krasyuk. Very stylish and powerful, emotional and beautiful. I liked her performances and suits very much. In general, I probably never looked at Nicole Krasyuk in this format, but at this tournament she was a direct star. Another gymnast who did not succeed in this tournament, but who I really liked, is the gymnast of Belarus Daria Tkachova. Very cute and stylish, especially in the finals. She got a little bit unlucky, but overall she's really pretty. I liked Alina Gornasko a lot. The same special work with the apparatus. She's still very thin and small for seniors, but looking at her is a pleasure. I liked Arina's wear and makeup. In general, there were a lot of cool suits in this tournament. Write down in the comments if you want to see a selection with the most beautiful wear in my opinion. Anna Kamenshikova is a very adult and powerful gymnast. Compared to the other girls, she looks very mature and experienced. Her emotions and work with the subject came to me. Well, the last gymnast I will mention is Alexandra Yeremchuk. We also recently met her at the tournament in which she won, so it was especially nice to see her here. A very pretty girl. There is a feeling that she still lacks something to compete with gymnasts who are climbing the podium, but at least she is pleasant to look at. Be sure to write in the comments the senior gymnast who you liked at the international tournament. Group exercises were also performed in the format of an international tournament. There were only 3 teams, but this in no way makes the medals less significant. So in the all-around, the team of Ukraine took the first place. The team of Israel is in the second place. By the way, the lineup includes Yuliana Telegina, whom we have repeatedly seen in the individual program, and the third place was taken by the Ukrainian team too. Well, let's move on to the long-awaited Grand Prix stage. The first day of the all-around was definitely unusual. The gymnasts performed with all 4 apparatus and interfered with the standings very strongly during the performances. But in the end, the first place was taken by the gymnast of Ukraine, Victoria Onoprienko, and I think it was a revelation for all of us again. Recently, at the Ukrainian Championship, Ika took first place, but since we did not follow the tournament, it was surprising for me, and it looks more like the others did not perform very well. But now when I saw what form Vika is in and how she grew up, what amazing difficulty and emotion she has, it is very nice to see gymnasts in this form after the quarantine. Well, I'll repeat once again. If earlier there were thoughts that Vika could hardly make it to the third place of the national team, now I think she's quite claiming a place in the Olympic team, and possibly even the first number of the national team. The second place in the all-around was taken by Alina Gornasko, who has begun to please my eye. So here I will not even say whether I am surprised by this form. Alina, by the way, is one of the few gymnasts who passed all the apparatus more or less consistently. The third place was taken by Anastasia Salos, also a gymnast from Belarus, my old love. I'm madly in love with the unusual finds with the apparatus that she performs, and I must say, when everything turns out for her, Nasty is unimpeachable, and the ratings are simply incredible. So for the exercise with the hoop, she received 25 points and 3/10. Well, it is probably worth mentioning separately about wear at the Grand Prix. A huge number of new and instantly beautiful leotards. My eyes just ran away from the fact that I could not decide which one I liked more. Yeva Milishuk took the 4th place in the all-around. The gap between Yeva and the podium was not so big, so I think tomorrow we will definitely see her on the podium. The 5th place was taken by Vlada Nikolchenko. Her start just did not go well, or rather one type did not work out, after which she pulled herself together and showed that she could still fight, although the exercise with a hoop spoiled her picture in the overall standings very much. We can say it is another start that Vlada does not succeed in. We'll see her tomorrow, but I think everyone expects much more from Vlada, since it was she who before the start of the quarantine had to fight for the medals of the Olympics. At least she could do it, but now I think it is even difficult to guess. Let's hope that Vlada will pick up her shape and surprise us all. The 6th place was taken by Christina Pogranichnaya. I also expect more from Christina. In general, there have been great changes in the Ukrainian national team in terms of places in the team. If earlier Christina consistently showed a high result, now she seems to be unable to do it. Perhaps she began to crush responsibility. I really like Christina, and I hope that she will still please us. If not everyone, then at least me. The 7th place was taken by Turkish gymnast Camelia Tunsel. 8th was Sonia Leitman from Israel. Zhila Wang from China was especially praised on the forums, but she did not succeed in the exercise with the ribbon, and therefore only ended on the 9th place. We will look at it in the finals. And the top 10 was closed by the gymnast from Moldova, Anastasia Salos. Well, on the last day of the competition, the finals of the international tournaments for group teams and the finals in certain times of Grand Prix await us. Competitions will begin at 2 p.m. Broadcast, as usual, is in the video description. All 3 teams will compete in group and compete for medals of individual types. The individual program will include 8 gymnasts in each form. Write in the comments for whom and in what form you will root. See if we can guess the location of the places in the finals. The next day it will be interesting to compare the results. Well, that's it for today. See you tomorrow, and remember that I love you all. For now, goodbye. The video was translated and dubbed by Alexandra Sinica.